Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. As you've seen from the pictures and the title, I'm going to be showing you how I do gradient nails using acrylic. Obviously I'm going to be using coloured acrylic today, so I've got these two separate looks for you, one being a baby boomer, a more sort of gradient French look, and then the other one being a less subtle look with a bright coral and a white. So if you want to find out how I created these, then just keep watching. Okay, so for the first look, we're going to be doing sort of a little bit of a baby boomer sort of French gradient look. So I've got Resonate and Unison from the Melody collection from Nail Harmony, and obviously I've got my Parisian liquid, and for afterwards I'll be using my Crystal Clear by Parisian. So obviously there's a couple of ways that you can do this. It depends how you want your gradient to look. I've done it both ways, so to me it doesn't really matter. So you can just either start from the cuticle or start from the free edge, obviously depending perhaps if you've done extensions or not. You know, it, like I said, it's completely up to you. I'm just gonna start from the cuticle. So you're going to get your top colour, just kind of let the bead do what it wants to do to begin with. Push the acrylic up to the cuticle, and then we're going to gently just sort of feather the acrylic down. Now obviously because this is coloured acrylic as well, you want to make sure that this is sort of quite a thin application, but really sort of your first colour doesn't need to be that precise with the gradient, because obviously the other colour is going to go on over the top. If you want to add a little bit more in one area, just go ahead and do that. So then you want to wait for that bit to dry before you move on to your second section. So then for the second section, I like to work a little bit more wetter with the product, because I just find it helps spread the product more easily. So, and you just want to sort of drag it up or down the nail, whichever way you're going, just feathering it up like that. So, and always do that bit first, and then you can focus on what's happening everywhere else. So then you're going to wait for that to dry and cap it in clear acrylic. Then you're going to file to shape and perhaps top it off with some gel top coat, and then I'll show you the finished look. And here is the finished look for the baby boomer subtle French gradient look. Now obviously the more subtle difference between the colours, the better the gradient sort of looks. And like I've said, nobody sort of taught me this. This is just something I've sort of taught myself to do using the coloured acrylics, you know, trying stuff out and things, you know, so just have a go at it really. I mean, I really like the subtle looks of the gradients. I think they look lovely, especially in acrylic, you know, something that's going to last longer and stuff. So then for the second look, I'm obviously using the same sort of product, so just different colours. So obviously using Parisian by Harmony, and the colours that I'm going to be using are Pearl and Zinc from the Riches collection. So for this one, because we've got it's not so subtle, the actual gradient effect, it's, you know, we're going from a really light colour to a bright colour. So I always like to do the lightest colour first. So this time I'm actually going to go from the bottom, so I'll show you the other way that I sort of do it. So we're going to wait for that colour to dry and then we'll move on. Okay, so now that we're moving on to the second colour, again, going to do a little bit wetter than I would normally do. And immediately start to work on feathering out that gradient. And then you can move back to the top to sort out your cuticle area. So, and obviously this line is now a little bit harsh. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a really small bead of the lighter colour, just to add again onto the bottom. And we're just going to lightly feather into each other whilst the acrylic is still wet. Just like that. So I'm going to wait for that to dry, top it with clear acrylic, file it into shape and then top coat, and I'll be back with you. And here is the finished look for the less subtle gradient. So, and like I've said, you know, this is just my method of doing it. You can do it differently if you want to. You know, sometimes I find filing the gradient sometimes helps. At the end of the day, it's just what you prefer to do. So here they both are together. So obviously, you know, the pink and white one is very, very subtle and you really can't tell between the gradient colours, whereas obviously the brighter pink one and white one is a bit different. But I really, really like both of them. I've done both of them on myself. That's why I sort of decided to show you them. So yeah, I hope this has answered your questions on how to do gradient with acrylic. Please like and subscribe for future videos, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.